Hey guys, what's going on? All right, so it's a little after 2:30 right now. I figured I'd just record the video. I had a few minutes. I'm done trading for the day. You'll find out about me pretty quickly if you didn't know already. I don't really do much afternoon trading, period, because most of the things I like to do are based on volume. I'm a very volume driven trader, so a lot of decisions I make are not so much based on like a moving average or anything any technicals like that. It's more watching price and volume, being reactive against that. And I noticed I used to track my trades, and I would see that as the day went on later into the afternoon, my profits would get less and less. To the point where I was actually losing money trading, late day and into the, through the lull and late day. And that makes complete sense because as the day goes on, the volume starts to die out and go away. And being a very volume driven trader, that's not an ideal time for me to be trading, and it shows in my results. So I just ignore it. That's what most of trading is: figuring out what works and repeat it, and figuring out what doesn't work and eliminate it. So I'm done for the day. Today was a really good day. Um, Traded four names today, all green, very stress free. I'm not going to show you, like I said, I'm not going to be showing P&L, but that's my swing trade on CENX. I'm still holding it. But traded four names today, all green, no headaches. Good stuff today. Made up for yesterday's small red day within the first 10 minutes of the session. So very happy about that. Let's go over these. CENX, I covered a little tiny piece today, just to lock a little bit in, but I'm still holding most of it. I'm actually considering adding here into VWAP. Got to make that decision in the next hour or so. I may add a little bit to it. We'll see. But dries, finally traded dries better today. I started in little chasey entries, definitely a little bit chasey. I thought it was just gonna die. Typically I would wait for the pop here, like I did on my second entries, but no harm, no foul. We know what we're dealing with here. So I started in, and my theory on dries: if it's popping, I'm adding. It's very, very, very hard for me to get away from this thing. So it popped. I added, of course. Um, Covered some. Popped again. I'm adding. No questions asked. And then that was pretty much it. And then it was really a lead balloon from here. I tried to have patience, as much as I possibly could. I had about 5,000 shares, and I was taking like little 500 chunks off here, 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 and then I covered it all right here, for a pretty nice gain. And then, unlike the last 2 days when I just kind of watched it go lower, I actually did reshort it a little bit, even like an hour ago. I got another 10 cents or so out of it, but now I'm done with it. But traded this pretty well today. This thing has been just an absolute gift, over the last few days. Doesn't get much easier than this. It's dilution at its finest. So those drives, some good trades there. HK traded again today. I was watching, like I said, I was trading this thing yesterday. We were short a couple times. I ended up shorting it again over here. I was watching the tape in level 2, and there was a huge seller at 970. Just continued to see the tape just bleed, blood red with 970, telling me there was a pretty big seller there soaking. So it just felt really heavy. I knew it wanted. I didn't know it obviously, but I had a very, very good idea that it wanted lower. So if that was the case yesterday, it was probably going to be the case again today. And we're dealing with pretty much the same exact scenario today. Much less squeeze and power on the attempted push, but very similar chart outside of the range. So I shorted this thing. I had my eye on it pre-market, and I grabbed some right out of the gate. And we got some. I wish there was a little more volume. There wasn't a ton of volume here today, but we got some nice selling right out of the gate. And I was shorting it. I had entries here around in the 940s, and the plan was I was risking that 970 level from yesterday, not red to green, simply because that was the reference point I had from yesterday. I knew there was the seller there, so I figured I was entering pretty close to red to green already, so I wanted to give myself a little more than like 10 cents of leeway. So I figured maybe a lot of people would use this as a stop if they were shorting it. So I figured, 970 was good. It was another 15, 20 cents above that. It would give me some room to add maybe if it popped. But it just kind of was a stress-free trade. Right after I entered, it was just selling, you know. So it pulled, and I was trying not to be too greedy. I wanted eights. I would have loved, mid eights, high eights. But it did finally crack 9 and go into the eights for a minute, but it really stalled there. See, there's a decent amount of selling volume here when it did crack 9, and it really just was struggling to go lower. So there was somebody there absorbing a little bit of size. So I decided to just bail on the idea because the selling kind of stalled, and so the rest of the price action today makes sense to me. There was just not enough sellers there. And now it's doing the same thing it did yesterday, where it's just kind of hovering slightly lower, just very heavy. It has a very heavy feel to it. So my guess would be it's either going to wash into start to wash into the end of the day here, or have similar price action to today, where it may just hold up the rest of today and then see some more selling out of the gate tomorrow. So I may look for this, same exact trade I did tomorrow, considering the chart is very similar today. We shall see. STX really screwed this one up. Had some really nice. We were watching this thing right out of the gate, being very patient on it. I didn't want to, be too hasty. I was tempted to short it all in here, but there was really nothing, about the volume. I like to watch volume, big volume guys. So we were waiting, and we were able to almost nail the top. Another guy in the room had even better entries than I did up here in the high 60s. So we got pretty close to the top there. That was a nice short, and it was based simply on this, the climactic volume, fire exhaustion right here, textbook, perfect top indicator. So some good entries there, and it pulled a good amount. I got like 50, 60 cents out of this. And then I was trying to be patient, but it kind of popped and put in a higher low, and I was just done with it. I could have had a little more patience here. Give another dollar fade almost after that. But what are you gonna do? Not the end of the world. And then that was it today. A few nice controlled trades early on in the day, and then just babysitting dries and CENX the rest of the day. And that was it for me. And I won't trade anymore today. I'm all done. Like I said, not a big afternoon trader. Considering adding here, so you're starting to pull again a little bit. I may add some here in a few minutes. I may not. I don't know. Probably not, but we'll see. And that was it today. Pretty straightforward day. No headaches. Love those days, just no problems. Didn't have to fight with anything or make any quick decisions. Just a nice, easy day. All right. See you guys tomorrow.